idea that you're a respiratory therapist.
I'm pretty sure I've told you before.
You might have. I don't know.
This is a rabbit hole you don't want to go down.
Yeah.
What?
Nuh-uh. Yeah-huh.
Nuh-uh. Yeah.
Nuh-uh.
I'm just saying. I think I've mentioned it. Okay.
Our segments have a limited amount of time, and that will take up a lot of it.
Thank you for tuning in to the Mind Your Business podcast. Today's episode, we talked about burnout. We learned some very interesting things about John Tavius's past. We learned about technology from the ages and a lot of personal growth along the way. Please tune in and watch the whole episode. And thank you so much. Welcome to the Mind Your Business podcast, where we have an almost Good Morning America. Was that it?
Yeah. Almost.
Almost.
What's your name?
I'm Dylan.
I'm Jen.
John Tavius.
John Tavius. Nice. Yeah, we're the Mind Your Business podcast, where we don't mind our business. And you shouldn't either.
We are all business owners.
Yes.
So there's some business involved in our Mind Your Business podcast.
Yeah, some business, some shenanigans, some hot topics.
Some whatnot.
Not the store hot topic. None of us own a hot topic.
I would like
Holy
to.
moly. They have a lot of questionable things in there now.
Do they really?
They
I haven't
did
been
not
in one
hide.
since I
It's
was
like
in,
a porn store
elementary
now.
school. Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
You don't have to go to that weird store on 19 anymore. So, I saw you there last weekend. But
19?
yeah, there's the one kind of near Snatch Masters, but
Oh, I know where you're
not to be confused with.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
That's why they're getting risque. They're snatch masters. They got to compete.
Yeah.
Trying to be on brand.
Yep, exactly.
Or they're repossessing your car because you spent all your money at the sex store down the street.
Or
Is
they're
that what snatch masters
repossessing.
is?
Yeah, it's repo.
Yeah.
Oh.
Get it? That's why I love the name so much, because it
Yeah.
really delivers a different message.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's really about repo.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Fun. I would call them if I had to repossess something.
Yeah. We should play a prank on John Tavius and get his car repoed.
I feel like I don't feel like that would go well.
Oh, you don't?
Nah, I would stop being friends with you.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, noted.
Yeah.
There's such a thing as too far.
Okay, so one time in high school, I put an ad on Craigslist for a free goat and put my friend's cell phone number. And his phone literally blew up every day, all day, for 30 days.
He didn't figure it out.
No, he didn't.
He just kept answering the phone, and
Yeah.
did he wonder why
So,
people?
he also sold firewood or something like that, so he had to answer his phone in case somebody was trying to buy firewood.
But he didn't figure out it was you or that it was a prank.
I can't remember if I told him or not, actually. But the satisfaction was amazing. Because we hung out all the time, so I would his phone would ring.
It's like, no, I don't. As a matter of fact, I don't have a free goat for you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
He said, "Why do people keep calling me asking about this goat?"
Goodness gracious.
I wish I remembered if I told him or not.
Okay. Okay.
Maybe he'll call in and let us know one day.
Maybe.
We cannot accept call-ins at this time.
Well, and also, I don't know if I want to be associated with you if you didn't tell him and he's still getting those calls and he's just not finding out.
The ad's deactivated after 30 days. So,
Yeah, but somebody could have saved that number and just kept calling.
yeah.
Goodness, man.
I should give y'all his number and y'all should call asking for a free goat and see what he says.
No, thank you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So while we're talking about us being business owners, I am a social worker. I do therapy and stuff.
I'm in the pest management industry.
I'm not entirely sure what I do at this point.
She's a jack of all trades.
The gin of all
The
trades.
gin of all trades.
If it plugs into the wall, I probably have something to do with it.
Yeah. She invented the iPad.
I wish.
Don't we all?
This podcast would be way more famous if I had invented the iPad.
Yeah. And we'd be riding the coattails.
Would we be friends if you
Of
invented?
course. Yeah.
She says that.
Okay.
I don't think we would ever bumped into her in Beverly Hills.
I know, right? She would have those fake lips she talks so much about.
Oh my God. There's so many.
Have you seen
So
the billboard,
many.
Life is Short by the Lips?
Yeah. And then The one with the needle that's poking into the
I about
lip?
passed out driving down the road when I saw that.
For those who aren't familiar with the ad campaign that one of our med spas in town is running, it is graphic
Yeah.
and demanding that you inject yourself with huge lips that you will not be able to do a lot of things with.
Yeah. Right.
So, what are we talking about today, guys?
We're talking about burnout.
Who here has a burnout blunder they'd like to share? I actually have a really good one.
Oh, hit us with
Let's hear it.
Now, I didn't have a business when this happened, but I did burn out. It's back when I was a respiratory therapist.
You were a respiratory therapist?
I didn't know you were a respiratory therapist.
Wow, you think you know somebody.
I know.
You guys are good
Respirating
friends.
is like my favorite pastime.
I feel like we've talked about this before.
I don't think we have.
I don't remember this at all.
I'm going to
Let's
hold
go.
this because I keep turning my head and talking.
So you got tired of listening to people breathe all day?
Not kind of, sort of. So the thing I disliked, you have like frequent flyers in the hospital. There was one time I like walked into this guy's room. He wasn't breathing. I was like, oh God, what's happening?
My time to shine. I'm about to teach him how to breathe. Is that what you said?
I was like, oh no, he's gonna die. So what do? I do a sternal chest rub, wake him up. He's actually kind of what led to my burnout. So I get everything taken care of. He's okay. I let his nurse know. I'm like, I did a good job. I'm working night shift in Gainesville. Like a few months later, I see him again. Same thing happening, but he's in like one of the ICUs. I'm like, oh my God, I really didn't do anything. He's back in the same position. So it kind of frustrated me. I was like, I kind of hate this job. It's like people keep ending up in the same situations. And a couple more months go by. I'm killing myself. I'm running all over the hospital trying to help my coworkers. And I just have this one moment. It's like, I hate this job. And I hate myself right now. And I hate calling out. I didn't even call out. Like my last 2 days, I just no call, no show. I just stayed home.
They call that ghosting now. I'm not sure if you're up with the lingo.
I told them I was quitting. And it was my last 2 days. I just didn't go in like other people do it. I'm going to do it too. I didn't get enough unemployment. I was just done. But after that, I had a moment when I was going to a class and I was like, oh, this is what happiness feels like. I was like, I've been killing myself. So I almost burnt out to the point where I was miserable. Then I was unemployed and poor. But I was like, this is better than respiratory therapy.
And
I
being
like this.
miserable. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think it was the respiratory therapy or the environment you were in, like the place where you worked?
I think it was the place I worked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just so shocked because I had no idea that you're a respiratory therapist.
I'm pretty sure I've told you before.
You might have. I don't know.
This
I don't
is a
really
rabbit
forget
hole we don't want to
things.
go down.
Yeah.
What?
Nuh-uh. Yeah-huh.
Nuh-uh. Yeah.
Nuh-uh.
Nuh-uh.
I'm just saying. I think I've mentioned it. Okay.
Our segments have a limited amount of time, and that will take up a lot of it.
I will not back down.
Neither one of you will back down.
I'll back down. I'm good.
He says that.
See? Anybody else got a burnout story?
I guess, how do you know if you're burnt out? I mean, I know 2 people who like completely took time off, like FMLA, time off from work, like because they needed it. But I don't know. I don't feel like I've ever been at that level. But I don't know. Maybe I just don't know. Maybe I'm in denial.
I've been burnt out from like hobbies, but never from like work.
I feel like burnout. I knew I was burnt out when I started losing myself. I was more irritable. I was angry all the time. It's like, this isn't me. So when I started to get to that point, I'm like, I'm burning out. I need to quit. And that's the reason I quit all my jobs, really. It's like, these people make me hate them.
I'm going to be homeless instead.
I find other jobs. And I had a credit card. I had money saved.
That's free money.
I went into a lot of debt after I quit working at the hospital.
We love debt.
But it was better than,
was.
going insane.
Yeah, it was. I'd take the debt anytime.
Yeah. If you punch someone and end up in prison, what good is money going to do you? I guess you could buy a lot of cheese crackers at the commissary.
I love cheese crackers.
You know, I see a lot of Cheetos too. I'm like, the orange is the new black.
I'm not a big fan of Cheetos.
Like the good snack junk food, but wouldn't you get sick of it? Like doing 5 to 7 for punching somebody in the face at a hospital when you're supposed to be in a medical profession, that would be like a lot of Cheetos.
I like spicy Cheetos. Spicy Cheetos are good, but the all-time best spicy snack, Doritos makes... No, yeah, it is Doritos.
I think our next segment should be, how do you know if you have ADHD?
What?
Oh,
you're talking about me.
I think I can get some tips for that.
I've never been tested, but I don't think I have that.
Jen,
I think I got it.
Jen thinks you have it.
I don't think you have it, but I think that you and I have.
Are you a medical professional? I don't think you're allowed to diagnose.
You and I have less of an ability to stay focused and pay attention when compared to our counterpart over there. He's constantly frustrated with us.
I wouldn't say I'm frustrated with you.
Aggravated. He's not mad, he's disappointed.
I wouldn't say that either. Is it disappointment if I know what you're going to do?
And you continue to subject yourself to it? That's called a choice.
I mean, am I subjecting myself to it?
You get to. You get to be a part of it.
He's a masochist. He enjoys the pain.
I'm not. You guys, chaos has little to no effect on me.
That's why you're in the right profession, I guess.
Yeah. Boundaries.
Yeah.
Also, a practical way to avoid burnout. Setting boundaries with people and employers.
Yeah. I think sometimes it's hard to avoid burnout. Like I said, I've never been burnt out with work, but like with hobbies and stuff like that, because especially like for me, I get really interested in something and I like dive right in, and that's all I do. And then it just hits me. I'm like, I don't want to think about this. I don't want to see it. I don't want to do it. You know, so you got to find ways to like limit yourself so you don't do it too much where you can't handle it.
Get closer to the body.
Oh, sorry.
And you know, hyperfixation is also a sign of ADHD.
I wasn't going to say it, but he's licensed.
Well, we're learning a lot about ourselves.
I have it too.
Yeah.
I've never done that before. I was speaking for a friend.
It's okay to have ADHD,
You heard somewhere, right? I
Yeah.
heard one time.
I heard one time that that's
could
how
happen.
they burnt out from their hobbies.
I think I've done a pretty good job as a business owner of avoiding burnout. I do think I put too much on my plate when it comes to other things, like volunteering, trying to be there for the community.
Yeah. Gotta learn how to say no sometimes, which is easier said than done.
The problem is, I do the same thing, but that's not the stuff I want to say no to. The stuff I want to say no to is what I've been doing today all day. I want to say no to that. Sometimes, but not all the time. I don't hate my job. I guess that's part of it. I think if you're doing something that you don't enjoy,
It's worse,
hard.
and it's easier to get burnt out.
Yeah, for sure. But if you kind of like what you're doing and there's variety and the people that you're working with aren't toxic and horrible, which, boy, do I have stories about that, then it makes it a lot easier to stay in it.
Yeah. That's next episode, talking about all your nightmare customers and
Not customers,
coworkers.
honestly. I've had great customers. I've had horrible managers. I mean, we're using the word management loosely. Because you don't even have to qualify to be a leader anymore.
I feel like bad leadership does kind of lead to burnout. That's when I feel like I exhaust the most energy. When leadership is poor, I'm really going to quit then.
I'm out of here.
I don't like you. You don't know what you're doing. Goodbye.
You suck.
It's a cliche that's true, that people don't leave companies, they leave leaders and managers. And that's true. It's rarely the company's benefits or poor pay or whatever. It's more that their manager is an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or they take credit for all your work. It's really...
That's the whole point of a manager, right?
Some
No.
managers, yeah. They manage to get people to quit.
I see what you did there.
I try.
You're welcome.
And kind of like you, where you said, you know, you had some backup, but not a ton of backup. It's hard to leave. It's hard to just walk out of a job. So, like, what can you do to make it?
Mm-hmm.
I think one thing I didn't do was tell people I need help. I also have very limited faith that people will help me if I ask for help. So that's why I didn't. But maybe if I did, they would have helped me. But I feel like I was doing a lot of it on my own. It's like, why am I going all the way to this floor when I'm on the opposite side of the hospital? This makes no sense.
Yep.
Maybe they just wanted you to inadvertently exercise.
I did. I used that mentality to make me not hate it as much. Like, I'm losing weight. I'm
Getting
running.
some steps in.
Yeah, I was like, I hate it. With every step, my hate grew.
I do miss working like retail,
See, I
Where you-
always heard like horror stories about retail.
or there are opportunities to have stories to tell later. Yeah, because a lot of crazy stuff happens in retail for sure. But when you leave that job, you've left it. Like, you don't have any work to do at home. All your work is on the shelf that you straighten before you go home, and there's something beautiful about that. Now that we have cell phones. Because when I was working in retail, I didn't have a cell phone
Why?
because of how old I am.
Oh. Did you ever have a beeper?
I totally did. We had codes. We would send each other codes in high school.
Wait, you can.
Like,
Maybe
you
I'm
had,
misunderstanding how beepers work.
well, you can spell certain things on, like, using numbers as letters, but you also have like 143 meant I love you, because 1 for I, there's 4 letters in the word love, and there's 3 letters in the word you.
Wow. Did you
I am
know
like
this?
literally blowing minds right now that this is a thing.
Do you still have one that you could bring in to show us how it works?
I want to use an expletive right now, but I don't know if our bleep feature works.
That was kind of lame.
No, but I did have
I
a clear
love
blue
you.
one.
So, like, was there like a number pad, or was it? How did you?
Okay, so I don't know if you remember back in my day, the phone plugged into the wall.
I remember that.
You call a number, my pager number, you call it, has a phone number. You call that number and you type in a number, like
On the
your
phone?
phone number, on the phone, and it sends that number to the pager like magic.
Holy
it was like
shit.
witchcraft.
So crazy. Yeah, this is not how I imagined beepers to work.
So if you page somebody, you'd page them your phone number and then they would call you. That's the point of the pager. It's to tell someone, hey, call me. And if you
So,
put
like-
911, that meant it was an emergency.
So, but if you sent the "I love you" message, would they know who it came from?
Yes.
How do you? How though?
Because I think, I don't remember.
I'm seeing holes in your story.
There's no holes.
I don't believe she's ever had a beeper. I just think
Oh my God, I did.
I'm
You can
gonna-
ask my mother.
I'm gonna watch a YouTube video tonight on.
They were so
How they
pissed
work.
off they had to pay a monthly bill for me to have a beeper.
how much was the beeper bill?
I have no idea. I was like 14, 13. I didn't pay the bill.
So you couldn't send messages from your beeper.
You could receive a message that said like phone number 911, or the phone number and then the I love you, or the phone number and
Wow.
then
So you had to
You
not
called.
only remember a phone number but also a beeper number.
I used to have everyone's phone number memorized. Because
Wow.
what am I going to put it in an address book like a boomer? No, just all up here.
What is your generation?
I would consider myself a Zennial because I'm in between a Gen X and a millennial. I'm not a full millennial, I don't think, but I identify a lot better with Gen X. We had less because I was born early 80s. Like, they call me the geriatric millennial. I believe we've covered this before. So, or an elder millennial. So, the boss of everyone, I guess that's what I heard.
The elders.
Yeah.
The
There's-
elders of the generation.
there's like a clan of elders or something. I don't know.
Y'all have a council. Y'all meet like
Council, that's the word I was looking
council
for.
of elders.
Elder strolls. Because they're old and they take strolls.
Yep.
Like elder scrolls.
Yep, I got it.
Good. All right, let's get back on topic.
Oh yeah.
Why? I'm burnt out from that topic. Just kidding.
Coming full circle.
Full circle to the burnout that we were experiencing.
Now, do we want to talk about budgeting bloopers or do we want to save that for another episode?
I feel like budgeting doesn't really tie in with burnout unless you get burnt out from creating budgets.
I feel burnout coming on every time I open QuickBooks because I hate it so much.
Yeah, that's fair.
I kind of like QuickBooks now.
I know you're good at it. You've been giving me lessons. I've been listening to those lessons and then putting it off.
We have a CPA, and thank God for that.
We do too. And so she's been looking at my QuickBooks and she's like, this is wrong, right? And like this. And I'm like, yep, I'm sure it is
Sure
what
it
I
is.
say.
Yep.
She's like, is this meant to be this way? Probably no. If it looks wrong, it's because you
It
need to
is.
make it right.
Yeah.
Because you're smarter than me in this area.
My first accounting class was the only class I failed in college.
I almost failed my first accounting class. Like the beginning stuff, it's like, I get this. This
and
makes sense.
And then you deep dive, and you're like, oh God.
We went to depreciation and it was like, swoop.
Yeah, that's rough.
Like I don't get it anymore.
There for a while, I was really good at skipping class too, and that was,
I feel like you majored in skipping class. You give me those vibes.
oh yeah, I skipped a lot for sure. But I learned quickly that I should not skip accounting because you miss one day and you are behind.
Lost. Yeah.
You gotta be accountable.
Haha, I see what you
Oh,
did there.
man. Ooh.
Yep.
All right, let's wrap up.
Already? I feel like we just got started.
Nah,
Time flies when you're having fun, I guess.
some of us are having fun.
Wow. Sounds like JQ is burnt out.
Sounds like it.
No.
Until next time.
We have to. What are
Be
our
sure
key
to
takeaways?
be sure to like the video, subscribe. Yeah.
Subscribe
Yeah.
to our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Mind Your Business Podcast.
Yeah. Comment and tell all your friends about us. And then you will be cool.
Okay.
Do
If you
have
send us a
anything you
DM, we'll send you a free sticker.
Yeah, we do have stickers.
Free stickers.
Yeah.
Those are fun.
Yeah, they're
Good
pretty
place
cool.
to start.
Kind of looks like the tablecloth, but sticker instead of tablecloth.
That's right. Who doesn't want a brain
Exactly.
to walk around with?
Exactly.
I know I do.
Also, remember to not mind your business.
Mind our business.
Exactly.